Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Plants and Politics. So there's a pretty big announcement today. The Select Committee had announced last week that they were going to pause all of the hearings until sometime in July. Well, that just changed. They've now announced that there will be another televised hearing tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. The committee said that they'll, quote, present recently obtained evidence and receive witness testimony. Whatever they discovered, it must be pretty damn important because they made this very abrupt change. And as you guys likely know, they had postponed the hearings to July because they said that they had received what they described as, quote, a mountain of new information. And so that was because the committee had set up a tip line and they were asking for anyone with additional information to come forward. And that has apparently paid off. According to committee member Jamie Raskin, quote, there's been a deluge of new evidence since we got started, and we just need to catch our breath, go through the new evidence, and then incorporate it into the hearings we have planned. Some of the new evidence that they've received came from a documentary, which was being created by this British filmmaker named Alex Holder. And Holder apparently filmed the Capitol attack, as well as interviews and candid video of Donald Trump, his children, Mike Pence. And this was both prior to, in the lead up to, then during, and then following the violence on January 6th. And Holder began filming the family back in September of 2020. He said to, quote, better understand who the Trumps were and what motivated them to hold on to power so desperately. With people like Drunk Rudy, Looney Lindell, I would imagine there's going to be some really interesting stuff. One thing we learned today is that he captured, apparently, Eric Trump saying that he felt that violence was fair play, being that they thought that the election was stolen. The other thing that we know that he caught on camera was Ivanka Trump's duplicity. Apparently, even though she told the Select Committee that she believed that Attorney General Bill Barr was correct, or she believed when he said that there was no evidence of fraud, apparently on December 10th of 2020, Ivanka said on camera to this filmmaker that her father should, quote, continue to fight until every legal remedy is exhausted. And that comment was made 9 days after Barr publicly announced that his Department of Justice found no evidence of widespread voter fraud. And evidently, when the filmmaker asked her, do you agree with your father's take about this election being rigged? Ivanka said, quote, I think that, as the president has said, every single vote needs to be counted and needs to be heard. And he campaigned for the voiceless. And I think a lot of Americans feel very, very disenfranchised right now and really question the sanctity of our elections. And that's not right. It's not acceptable. This was more than a month after all votes had been counted and the election had been called for Biden. So she was pushing this bullshit too. And she went on to say, quote, you fight for what you love most. And he loves this country and he loves this country's people. And he wants to make sure that their voices is heard and not muted. Really? Really, that's what he loves most, right? Yeah, not money, not himself. Sure, Jan. I think we need to change her nickname from Nepotism Barbie to Complicit Barbie. So anyway, in addition to all of this, the committee said they've already also received more documents from the National Archives. They interviewed, I think it was Jamie Raskin on MSNBC. He said that they've received a lot of information from even members of the public. So, maybe the public is finally waking up to the fact that Donald Trump is a narcissistic sociopath and stochastic terrorist who lied to them for months just so he could avoid facing prosecution for his many alleged other crimes, just to grift money from them. Anyway, I guess we'll find out tomorrow. So, of course, I will bring you guys all the highlights, all the bombshells shared in that hearing. So I will watch the 2 to 3 hour entire thing so that you don't have to, unless you want to, but I'll bring you all that good stuff tomorrow. So thanks so much for watching and listening, guys. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.